Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Kornberg. I have missed you all so much the past 2 weeks, and I've been sitting at home and wondering if there's a way I could talk to you or see you, and at least this way you'll be able to see me. And I thought I'd give it a go, and if this works out and I can get comfortable in front of a phone, I thought this might be a great way for me to keep in touch with you. So today, it is Friday at about 4 o'clock. I thought I would read you one of our favorite stories in our house. And it is called The Mysterious Tadpole. And it's all about a family who lives in Scotland and something very interesting that they find. So, let's get started. I will read it to you like I do at school, and then I can try to show you the pictures so they're a bit closer. Uncle McAllister lived in Scotland every year. He sent Lewis a birthday gift for his nature collection. "This is the best one yet," cried Lewis. The next day, he took his entire collection to school for show and tell. Here he is. Here's his gift he's gotten. And he's going to take it to school for show and tell. "Class, this is a tadpole," said Mrs. Shelbert. She asked Lewis to bring it back often so they could all watch it become a frog. Lewis named the tadpole Alphonse, and every day Alphonse ate several cheeseburgers. Lewis found that he was eager to learn. And here he is, getting much bigger very quickly. When Alphonse became too big for his jar, Lewis moved him to the sink. Oh my goodness. After Alphonse outgrew the sink, Lewis's parents agreed to let him use the bathtub. One day, Mrs. Shelbert decided that Alphonse was not turning into an ordinary frog. She asked Lewis to stop bringing him to school. By the summer vacation arrived, Alphonse was enormous. "He's too big for the bathtub," said Lewis's mother. "He's too big for the apartment," said Lewis's father. "He needs a swimming pool," said Lewis. "There's no place in our apartment for a swimming pool," said his parents. Lewis suggested that they buy the parking lot next door and build a swimming pool. "It would cost more money than we have," said his parents. "Your tadpole will have to be donated to the zoo." The thought of Alphonse in a cage made Lewis feel very sad. Then, in the middle of the night, Lewis remembered that the junior high had a swimming pool that nobody used during the summer. Lewis hid Alphonse under a rug and smuggled him into the school. After making sure that Alphonse felt at home, Lewis went back to bed. And here's the first page where he's smuggling him into school. And there he is at the school swimming pool. Every morning, Lewis spent several hours swimming with his friend. In the afternoon, he earned the money for Alphonse's cheeseburgers by delivering newspapers. Meanwhile, the training continued. Alphonse learned to retrieve things from the bottom of the pool. Summer vacation passed quickly. Lewis worried what would happen to Alphonse now that school had reopened. As soon as the first day ended, he ran to the junior high. The students were getting ready for after-school activities. There they are. Lewis arrived just as the first swimming race began. Alphonse was delighted to see all the swimmers. "It's a submarine from another planet," bellowed the coach. "Call the police! Call the Navy!" "No, it's a tadpole," cried Lewis. "And he's my pet." The coach was upset and confused. "You have until tomorrow," he cried, "to get that creature out of the pool." Louis didn't know what to do. On the way home, he met his friend, Mrs. Severs, the librarian, and he told her about his problem. Mrs. Severs went back to the junior high school with Louis, but when she saw Alphonse, she was so shocked that she dropped her purse and the book she was carrying into the swimming pool. Alphonse retrieved them. Then Miss Severs telephoned Louis's Uncle McAllister in Scotland. He told her that he had caught a little tadpole in Loch Ness, a large lake near his cottage. Miss Severs said, "I'm convinced that your uncle has given you a very rare Loch Ness monster." "I don't care," cried Louis. "He's my pet and I love him." He begged Miss Severs to help him raise enough money to buy the parking lot near his apartment so he could build a swimming pool for Alphonse. Suddenly, Miss Severs had an idea. "In 1639, there was a battle in our city's harbor," she said. "A pirate treasure ship was sunk, and no one has ever been able to find it. But perhaps we can." And here's the boat, or the pirate ship. The next morning, Miss Severs and Louis rented a boat. In the middle of the harbor, Louis showed Alphonse a picture of a treasure chest. Alphonse disappeared under the water. And there he goes. Oh, I think he found it. Louis and Miss Severs bought the parking lot. They hired some helpers. And when the pool was completed, all the children in the city were invited to swim. That night, Louis said, "Alphonse, next week is my birthday, which means that we've been friends for almost a year." Far away in Scotland, Uncle McAllister was also thinking about the approaching birthday. While out hiking, he discovered an unusual stone in a clump of grass and sticks. "A perfect gift for my nephew," he cried. "I'll deliver it in person." There he is. That's his uncle. Uncle McAllister arrived at Louis's apartment and gave Louis the present. Louis couldn't wait to add it to his collection. But suddenly, a crack appeared in the stone. And here is the new gift that his uncle gave him. Oh my goodness, I think it's another live animal. And that's the end of the book. So I hope you enjoyed me reading to you, and I will definitely try to do this again. I have not figured out or learned how to edit these videos yet. So once I learn how to do that, I'm going to try to do a few different things, not just read. And I will be in touch. But I miss you all. I hope you're having a wonderful time with your families and enjoying this nice weather that we have, at least today and the past few days. And hopefully I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.